In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the SH Figuarts Obi-Wan Kenobi, based upon his appearance from the Phantom Menace, an action figure that I've treasured in my collection for a number of years now. In fact, I was just checking up on my eBay account and I saw that I purchased him originally back in November of 2018, and I ended up receiving him in December. This was during the time where I forget if the Black Series Phantom Menace Obi-Wan was out yet. I know it was around that time frame though. But Black Series was still hit or miss between accessories, and I know the face printing tech was still in its beginning stages, so I opted to get the Figuarts Obi-Wan instead, and I'm glad I did. I still think it's a very nice action figure, and it holds up well alongside the rest of my Black Series action figures. I can barely tell that it's Figuarts. It doesn't really have that animated style, or the anime style as much. Compared to some of the other ones I have, like even Dooku to an extent, but definitely Anakin, for instance. And of course, he's loaded with a lot of accessories, pretty much everything he's going to need from the film, minus a few, but overall, very nice in the accessory department. I would not mind getting the Black Series Obi-Wan at some point. In fact, I plan to. But I'm sure between both action figures here, they have their likes and dislikes. But we'll see when that time comes. In the meantime, though, let's just go ahead and start diving into all the components for this Obi-Wan action figure. So the first thing we'll take a look at is the package here. Always liked how compact the Figuarts packaging is. The only complaint about it is the inside bubble that houses all the accessories. Every time you take it out, all the accessories pop out of place, and sometimes they fall out, and it's a little bit of a mess and a struggle. But it's still a great place to store your action figures if you need to. So there's the top there. You have it in both Japanese and in English. Have a side view here. Nice image of the figure. And the other side, not much to really tell. And then for the back, some more nice images of the action figure showing off some of the accessories, the different head sculpt, and then the Figuarts Darth Maul as well, which I would not mind owning at some point too. Here's the instruction manual that's accompanied with him, just showing off all the various accessories, the alternative hands, how you pop the head on and off, how you switch out the lightsaber, which I'll show in more detail as the video goes on. And that's pretty much it, I think. So the first thing we'll address for Obi-Wan here is he does not include a robe at all. This is a separate accessory that I bought online. Actually, the same exact time I ended up getting this action figure here. I think I originally bought it for the Ben Kenobi action figure though, for the Black Series, and then since I've parted ways with the Ben Kenobi over the years, I ended up keeping the custom robe instead. And of course, Obi-Wan, generally speaking, his proportions are about the same no matter his sculpt and from what movie he's from. So I ended up giving him to my Phantom Menace Obi-Wan here, and it works perfectly. It's a perfectly sized robe, the proportions look good, and quite frankly, I don't think he would look right without it. But for the rest of the video, just so it's consistent with what's actually included, I'll have him without the robe here, but just to kind of give you a nice view as to what he looks like here. And also to kind of show what the hood likes it when it's over his head. And you can get it to work pretty good. It does have a kind of an appropriate drape to it. Probably work with it a little bit in the back as well. It'll work out just fine. Definitely one of the better custom robes I have. Now we will take a look at the two head sculpts that are included with him. The one that's on his body right now is actually his alternative head sculpt that's in the package. I think this is supposed to be more of his aghast or battle head sculpt. I'm thinking it's more along the lines where he's screaming no out once Darth Maul stabs Qui-Gon. But perhaps it's more of just him being in a duel and then Of course, you know he's going to have that more serious look about him. And this is typically the one I have him displayed with. Both are great. And what I appreciate most about this action figure as well is it's not a removable faceplate like the Anakin. If you have seen my video for Anakin, you would know that one of the pegs ended up breaking off for that while I was recording the video. This one is an entirely separate head, which I think should be standard for all the Figuarts action figures. But it's a very nice likeness to Ewan McGregor. Whether or not it's better than Black Series, I don't know. It's open to debate. Both of them look really good. But I think this is very nice regardless. You just see all the details there, especially in the hair. His hair is definitely lighter in color, but the details in the hair there are phenomenal. You can see his a little bit of his ponytail there, and then of course his Padawan braid on the side. And then just the details in the face and expression and everything. It's very nice. Definitely technology that was ahead of its time. And then here we have his other head sculpt, which is just a much more neutral face. Kind of like he's standing alongside Qui-Gon, and Qui-Gon's doing all talking to the Jedi Council, and then Obi-Wan's just being observant. But very nice still. And other than that, I think pretty much all the details are the exact same. Just to kind of give a closer look at the Padawan braid there. You see the details with the bands and the wrappings around it there. Looks really good. As for the body sculpt here, I think it's very nice as well. I would say the proportions and the accuracy of the Obi-Wan are definitely there. The details on the robes look really good. You can tell in the arms, very articulated, and it's going for more of a utilitarian approach. That's another reason why I appreciate having the outer robe, because it can kind of hide a lot of those articulated points. But regardless, it still looks really nice. I don't look at the action figure and think, oh, you know, I wish those joints were much more hidden. Looks pretty good overall. You can just see the details in his robes there. Not a whole lot to really say. It's typical Jedi robes, but it's aligned with Obi-Wan. You can see some of the front details in the belt there. And everything is cast in plastic. There's no soft goods at all, but it is very pliable. And does have the appropriate cut marks and things like that where they need to be. You can just kind of see where the cut is there for his skirt. And then for his legs and his boots, aligned with Obi-Wan. And here's a view for the back of him as well. Extra details on the belt. Overall, very nice. And here are all the accessories that are included with Obi-Wan, minus the ones that are on his figure now, which are the alternative head sculpt, the 2 extra hands, and then his signature blue lightsaber, which we'll look at a little closer here in a moment. Of course, the alternative head, that's right there. Just kind of show you what that looks like. Much better than the faceplate. We'll just kind of show you what the inside looks like there. That separate piece is probably for the eyes, I would assume. And another accessory I appreciate that not often is included with Obi-Wan is Qui-Gon's lightsaber. I would have to go back and check if there is a Figuarts Qui-Gon. I think there might be. If there is one, It was probably released around the same time as this Obi-Wan, and a number of years now at this point. Have 6 additional hands. The ones that are actually on the figure in the package are the fisted ones, which are, of course, you can see the 2 right there. So you have a few open palm ones, which are kind of like a force push gesture, and then you have this one with the 2 fingers out, and then the other 2 down mostly. A little bit of a force gesture, and then also you have this alternative one here, which is a hand to include the lightsaber hilt as well. So you'll notice that the fingers are actually molded together, and you can't really put the lightsaber hilt in his hand the traditional way. I'll show exactly how you do that here in a moment. And then you have his lightsaber hilt as well, which has a lot of nice details, and it does attach to his belt. So just to kind of show how on the gripping hand, how you put the lightsaber hilt on, obviously because the fingers are molded together, you can't just put it on a traditional way like a normal action figure. What you do for the hilt here is you take the bottom piece off and then just slide the hand off. It can be a little tricky, it is a little bit of a tight fit. And you want to be careful to not do this too often as well, to wear away some of the paint. And then you just put that back into place right there. The blue blade looks good. Just kind of compare it with Qui-Gon's saber here. They're a little bit more on the translucent side. I know Qui-Gon, I think, usually has a deeper green for his blade color, but not the case for here. And then just to kind of show off how his right hand looks there. And just to kind of show what his last hand looks like there. It's the one that's where he's basically making the peace sign, but I think that's supposed to be more of a force gesture for him as well. You could treat it like he's trying to poke out Darth Maul's eyes, I suppose. It is a very nice thing to include. Adds a lot of character to the action figure. It looks really good. One other thing I'll note about the hands is it can be kind of hard to pin them into the joint right there. And a lot of it is because you can see that hole is not very centered. It's more towards his thumb. And it can be very difficult to try and get that to pop into place. And then sometimes when you're rotating the hands, they end up slipping off. So just something to be wary of. Very difficult to put the hands on the actual action figure. The head, very easy to pop on and off. No problems there. But some of the hands, a little tricky. So in terms of articulation, this is probably one of the best articulated 6-inch action figures that you can get, even compared to the most up-to-date modern standards. So for the head articulation, very good. You have a joint at the actual head there itself. Very nice range of motion. The braid here doesn't get in the way at all. It's very subtle. And then you have a joint at the base of the neck, as you can see there. And the head stays into place pretty good. Next you have the butterfly joint in the shoulder there, which has a nice range of motion for both. You have basically the ball joint right there. You can see there's various points of articulation in the actual shoulders. There might even be 3 different points, but very nice. You have the joint at the bicep as well, which both have a very nice range of motion. I do like how they did the cut here on the sleeve to kind of hide some of that articulation, make it a little more subtle. So we have the elbow joint, which both go past 90. And then for the hands, like I said, you gotta be a little careful. They can pop out of place. You can see right there, that just did it for me. But if you have the action figure in place and the hands are like that, basically, they'll stay and they're not going to fall out or anything like that. Then you have the waist here, which the belt is a separate accessory, so allows for extra range of motion there. It's very nice. It's for the hips. Again, it's on the barbell hips. And then just kind of show where the cuts are in the skirt there. Very nice range of motion. No swivel thigh. That's not really a Figuarts thing, but he doesn't really need it anyway because the articulation's very nice and very good as it is. And then you have the ball point at the knee there, which again goes past 90. Have the, I'm trying to think if that's a rocker ankle or not. Yeah, that would classify as a rocker ankle, but it's a little bit of a different spot than like Black Series. But just to kind of show you the range of motion there. He's a very stable action figure is the main point, but he does have the articulated toe as well. Which at the time of this video, it looks like Black Series is going to be getting into that with the Book of Boba Fett action figure. So we'll see how the future unfolds for that. But never had any problems getting him to stand. Articulation's really good. You can pretty much get him in all the poses you want. And still holds up to modern standards. And just to show off some various poses of Obi-Wan with his alternative hands and different accessories on him. The lightsaber hilt on his belt, which fits in securely. Get some very nice poses out of him here. And to kind of show how he looks like with the two gripping hands interacting with one another, I have to work with his left hand a little bit, and it's going to probably take me a while to get that to actually fit on the ball point at the end, and then or the joint that is. And yeah, you can kind of see it sticking out right there, but about the best I can get for now. I've actually never used that left hand before until now. But just to kind of show that you can get them both to work together and hold on to the lightsaber at the same time. And just to kind of show off what he looks like with Qui-Gon's lightsaber after slicing off Darth Maul in half. And you don't need to pop off the bottom of Qui-Gon's saber or anything because of the design. You can just fit in his hand perfectly fine. And just to kind of show how Obi-Wan interacts with the Black Series action figures. Personally, I think they blend in perfectly. It's almost very difficult to tell the difference between a Figuarts figure here in this case and the Black Series figures associated with him. They all blend in great together, and of course Obi-Wan's kind of poking out Darth Maul's eyes there. Perfect hand gesture for it. Looks really good. Makes for a lot of great display scenes. So I think that's pretty much it I can tell you about this SH Figuarts Obi-Wan. It's a fantastic action figure. I would still recommend it for most people's collections. If you already have the Black Series one, I suppose that one's probably going to be fine enough for the purposes that can be served. But if you want all the accessories and an Obi-Wan that still looks really good, this is definitely a great contender for you. If you don't have a Phantom Menace Obi-Wan in 6-inch scale at this time, and you're debating about between this one and the Black Series, of course, I can't really make that decision for you, but you will not go wrong if you decide to get this action figure. It still holds up really well. The sculpting work is fantastic. The articulation's great. very close likeness to Ewan McGregor in my opinion, and it's just a great action figure overall. I'm glad I got this. I'm glad he's a part of my collection, and like I said, he's been a treasured action figure in my collection for the last 7 years now at this point, and hopefully many more to come. But if you haven't already, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I appreciate your support, and check out the links in the description if you haven't done so already. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.